Okay, bear with me, Growl.
Growl.
And let's make sure I get the right one because last night I got the wrong one started.
Oh,
Oh
I'm sure
my.
you'll get the right one.
Alright. Because I was trying to do Warzone Wednesday and somehow Food Fascinations happened. Alright, let's.
Oh my.
Hold on. Sorry about that. Anyway,
Oh my.
yeah, anyway, good evening, everybody. It is Thursday night, or I like to call it Friday Eve here at Beyond the Airways, the Infinity Project. And since it is Thursday, it's time for our Thumbs Up Thursday wild card. And tonight it's attention to one. And this one's hitting a little close to home for me, okay? The topic tonight is doctors, pill mills, and samples, as I like to put it in quotes. But I'll talk about that in a minute. Anyway, I'm your host for tonight. I am Oddball Extreme, and I'm currently joined on the line by three of my crazy cohorts. First, we have our resident joker, Mike. Hello, Mike.
Good evening, everyone. Happy Thursday, and I'm gonna go fishing pretty soon.
Oh, okay.
I'm playing Stardew Valley. That's why.
Oh, okay. All right. Then below me is Spirit Spotter Tim. Hello, Tim.
Oh my. Hello everybody.
And then to my bottom left is our star child, Janet. Hello, Janet.
And don't forget,
I just saw him come in. Our
hey, good
resident B
evening,
button,
everybody.
John. Hello, John.
Hey, John.
Hi,
Hey,
John.
guys.
There you are. All right.
Hey,
All right.
hey, Janet. Hey, Tim.
All
Hey,
right.
Mike.
Listen. Talk amongst yourselves. It looks like Mom needed me for something real quick.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll be right back too, actually.
All right. So I'm gonna mute and such if it'll let me, and I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back.
How did your
Okie
day
doke.
go, John? Uh-oh.
Not too bad, I don't think. What's up?
Uh, yeah. It rained part of the morning around here. I just hope it rains enough to make it easy to pull up our garden next week. Getting ready to plant our spring vegetable garden.
Ah,
Do you have a favorite vegetable? And any of you can answer me. Either one of you can answer me.
a couple of
Favorite-
vegetables that I can't stand, but
No,
Favorite
the ones
vegetables?
you like. Yeah.
For me, I like corn, carrots, potatoes, and peas. That's it.
Well,
Funnily enough,
tomatoes
corn and
are out of your.
potatoes are
Hold on.
vegetables,
Out of your
neither are
choices, about the
tomatoes.
only one we can grow in the garden, our garden, is tomatoes. Okay, your turn, John.
Well, I was just gonna say, neither corn nor potatoes nor tomatoes are actually vegetables.
Well, but still, things that we grow in a garden that you like to eat.
Well, I'm not sure that I have a particular favorite. I like a variety. Um, I cannot stand canned green beans. I don't know whose bright idea that was, but they should have been shot.
Ew.
Well,
I
Really?
agree with you.
We're
I
just
love.
talking
Give me
about
fresh.
assassinating.
well, we grow a lot of southern vegetables in our gardens. We've grown chard, um,
Mustards.
collards, mustards, tomatoes, beets, squash, two or three different varieties of
Thought
squash.
beets were northern.
Well, beets grow here,
Okay.
and we're
Well,
southwestern.
yeah. Well, anyway, I'm back.
Oh,
So.
one more little detail, real quick, before we get started on the regular show. Jack
Right.
planted
But anyways,
turnips in the garden,
mm,
but they never did come up. So we're pulling mustard greens out of the garden to give away to the neighbors. What does he come up with? 4 rogue turnips that had grown hidden in the mustard greens.
I'm back.
Welcome
Okay.
back.
Welcome back.
Okay,
Hey,
now
Jim.
let's go.
All right. Well, before we get started, we say hi to Sajo in the chat room. Hello, Sajo.
Hey, Sajo.
Hello,
Hi,
Sajo.
Sanjo.
wish I could see you.
That'll be all
He's
right.
in the Twitch chat.
Yeah. All right. So anyway,
I was gonna say, Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, we were talking about vegetables. Janet claims beets are a southern vegetable, but anytime I hear beets, all I can think of is borscht, and that comes out of a country that's very, very far north.
Well, I
Russia.
guess just depends.
Out of the Soviet Union, Russia.
Yeah. Russia, our women are like men. No, I'm kidding.
Well, the
Oh
Soviet Union doesn't
my!
exist anymore, but
I blame Ryan Stiles from Who's Line.
Oh, of
Okay.
course.
All right.
Oh dear.
All right, now let's get to the topic at hand. Tonight's topic is attention to one, and the focus is on doctors, pill mills, and samples. Because I had a weird close call about a week ago. And
Hmm.
here's what happened. My doctor, I'm going to tell you right now, I will not mention any doctors' names out of respect, okay? But my doctor, okay, he had been concerned about my blood pressure. So, he gave me 4 sets of pills, okay? There were,
Samples,
yeah,
right?
yeah, the samples, you might say, because he didn't want me to pay for it, all right? Now, here's the problem. When I looked at the bottom of one of the bottles, there was a date on there that said something to the effect of, it looked like it was like 11919. It's like, wait a minute, this looks like an old prescription that belonged to someone else. And then he gave me 3 other samples. In one case, it's like, cut the. See, what I take is I take a 6.25 milligram tablet of carvedilol. That's for my blood pressure. Okay? Now, he wanted to increase it to 10, but the only way he'd give it to me was in 40 milligram tablets, so he wanted me to cut them up. So it's like, I
I
don't
it's
don't
know,
think so.
this feels really off. So what did I do? I actually had a legitimate prescription to pick up at the pharmacy up the road, not far from my house. And then when I got there, I took out the samples. I said, I don't like something doesn't feel right to me because my doctor just gave me all these samples. And she checked with the pharmacist who was in the back, of course, right there where I could see him. And he said straight up, your doctor could get in a lot of trouble for this.
You know why some doctors do the pill mills? Trying to get them to do the prescriptions? They get a kickback from the pharmaceutical companies.
Money.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yes, they get. That's what I said. They get a
Hmm.
kickback from big pharma.
Yep. Because that leads to another story. Well, I'll talk about that in a minute. But I want to get to, like, what is the definition of a pill mill? So I have that up already. Actually, not quite there, but here it is. Now, this is from Wikipedia. But basically, a pill mill is an illegal facility that resembles a regular pain clinic, but regularly prescribes painkillers or narcotics without sufficient medical history, physical examination, diagnosis, medical monitoring, or documentation.
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me.
Sure.
Oh,
All right.
yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. Clients at these facilities usually receive prescriptions only against cash. Pill mills contribute to the opioid epidemic in the United States and are the subject of a number of legislative initiatives at the state level. Now, in terms of a business model, in pill mills, doctors or staff supervised by them prescribe opioids for non existent or exaggerated pain. The primary purpose behind this prescribing practice is not to relieve pain or cure it, but to make high profits, as Janet mentioned. This makes pill mills a criminal enterprise.
And hey, how many people in this country have pill mills killed?
Probably a lot.
A
I
today's
lot.
just don't know. I
statistics.
just don't know the exact number. Let's see.
Wiki probably has it.
Let's see. Don't see any. No. Okay. Well, let's see. Here is one. Here is one. By the end of 2016, there were 378 physicians in Florida alone that were running pill mills, with 95.
Wasn't there? Okay, go ahead and finish, and then
Yeah,
I'll
and there
ask
were
you.
95 more under indictment there at that time.
Wasn't there an incident
Um,
there in Montgomery
Actually,
that
we've
the
had 2.
Okay, well, I remember one in which police raided the doctor's office and busted him big time.
Yeah, I can find
Was
that.
and that didn't that wasn't that doctor that got busted used to be your mom's doctor?
Yes. Let me see. Oh, Montgomery, Alabama. Yes, I know, but because there's actually two. All right, let me go back to where that raid was. Let's see, 2018, I think is when it happened.
It's not safe anywhere anymore, it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was ever safe anywhere.
You could go way out in the middle of bumfuck Egypt and you'd still get. It's. There'd still be trouble out there.
Yeah. Let's
Is it
see.
true that Shit Creek passes through bumfuck Egypt?
No, there's not a real place.
Oh my!
What did you
Oh
say?
dear!
He said, "Was there such a
What?
real place as bumfuck Egypt?"
Oh
Oh, I
my!
said,
A slang term for the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
I know.
Ugh.
Okay, that's not it. I'm looking for.
You guys know of a comedian named Ron White?
Yes.
Yes, I
Oh
do.
One
yes,
of his
he gets
jokes
on with
was to
Jeff
say,
Foxworthy. He's one of the guys that does shows with
Used
Jeff
to.
Fox, or used to do shows with Jeff Foxworthy.
Yeah.
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 Anyway.
Anyway, one of his jokes was, there really is a place called Bumfuck Egypt. The only way to get there is up Shit Creek.
Oh my!
Yeah. Yes.
Well, given the nature of Egyptian, a town called Boomfuk might not surprise me.
Okay, did you find it, Shirley?
I think so. Okay, because I remember.
Wonder.
Because I remember.
But anyway,
Yep, this is it. This is the right one. Okay. All right. I'm gonna put the link. I'm gonna put the link in chat, Discord, and everybody else in between.
okay, we'll let you. But you know what? It's a shame that people take advantage like that.
Okay. What's not let me paste? Oops. I think it
Excuse
just.
me.
No. No, that is not the right one. Bear with me. Hold on.
Growl.
Yeah,
Holding.
Yeah.
are you familiar
Yeah.
with restaurants that like to do things like recycle leftover food?
Yes.
Yeah.
You really shouldn't be too surprised that people like to recycle.
Are you referring to my
Dirty
excuse me's?
Okay. What is going on here?
Burps?
Oh my!
No, I'm referring to why. I'm
Why?
referring to the fact that it really shouldn't be too surprising that pill mills exist. Because
Yes. Well,
one thing they tell you is don't throw out used prescriptions or prescriptions what's the word I'm looking for?
quit taking.
Prescriptions you don't need but haven't run out of, and don't give them to other people. So what do you do with them? You
Mhm.
give them to the doctor. Doctor may does might think
Yeah. Oh, you know what?
You're garbling up, or you're in and
You're
out
breaking
there.
Mhm.
John. Yeah, your internet's pitching a bitch.
hold on a minute.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Shirley.
All right. So anyway, this is what happened. On Tuesday, December 5th, 2017, four individuals were arrested after being indicted by a federal grand jury for their role in operating a pill mill out of a Montgomery, Alabama medical office, announced United States Attorney Lewis V. Franklin Sr. A pill mill is a medical clinic that is dispensing controlled substances inappropriately, unlawfully, and for non-medical reasons. Those four individuals were Lillian Akwuba, 38, a nurse practitioner residing in Montgomery. Now, keep in mind, this is from 2017. Now I'm going to tell you, this is the doctor my mother had, Julio Delgado, 55, a physician residing in Homewood, Alabama. He had worked in Montgomery twice. Stephen Cox, 62, a nurse practitioner residing in Tallahassee, Alabama, and Elizabeth Cronier, 69 at the time, a nurse practitioner residing in Montgomery. The indictment alleges that each defendant worked at family practice located at 4143 Atlanta Highway in Montgomery. Now, let me tell you where that is. All I would have to do is walk a couple blocks, go down Bellhurst, Go across Atlanta Highway, and I'm right there. Of course, now the building is dilapidated, and there's nobody in there right now. But anyway, Dr. Gilberto Sanchez, previously a Montgomery physician, had owned the family practice, and he had pleaded guilty in federal court to drug distribution, healthcare fraud, and money laundering charges. Now, the update to
I
this,
just,
oh, go ahead.
no, I just said I'm back. And miss anything good?
No, I was just explaining the details about that first Montgomery pill mill because when I got the
Gotcha.
news about it, my mother and I were actually doing something at Maxwell Air Force Base, and I said, "Wait a minute, Mom, this is your former doctor's office. It's being raided."
What'd she say to
Nice.
that, I
She
wonder?
said, "Oh my goodness!" But the interesting thing is, she never did go overboard on prescriptions. She did it, by the book, by the letter, everything. But the last time she went, she did notice there were a lot of people there, which was kind of thinking that's odd. Why would there be a lot of people at a family clinic? Because if you got people who got appointments and such, so it's like it shouldn't be that many people.
Surprise!
Yeah. So sure enough, it turns out that she was running. That she did not realize that Dr. Delgado had been involved in a pill mill operation.
Ooh.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Because
Well, I have two good doctors. I
mhm,
have a bunch of good doctors helping me out with my breast cancer, and they are very rep,
reputable.
reputable. Yeah,
Hmm.
they know what they're doing. And speaking of which, a week from Friday, I got to ask Dr. Pam to send in a new prescription for my gabapentin because I used up refilled my last prescription. So I have to get the okay from the doctor.
Yeah, but but then I think we had another one in 2019 also.
Oh
You think they would have
my.
learned from 2017?
No, not by a long shot.
Yeah,
Okay.
these days people really aren't learning that much from history or from science for that matter. You guys ever heard of the dihydrogen monoxide debacle?
Nope.
I'll tell you about it later.
Okay.
Well, we can listen after the show.
Yeah.
Good idea. Actually,
Okay.
might be a good one for next One Shot Thursday.
Oh, the attention to one episode. Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
I thought we were doing attention to one tonight.
We are.
Yeah, but for like
Save it for
next
the
month.
next one. Next one.
Okay. Duh.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
Oh, wait a minute. It looks like we had a third one.
Very nice.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm. And this is
Used to
Say
be.
it once, say it twice, third time's a charm, and remember, anyone know what comes next?
Only
I
you can
forgot.
prevent forest fires.
No, this is a line from an old Tim Burton movie. See if you can guess which one.
Oh, well,
Say it once, say it twice, third time's a charm. and remember-
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
There you go.
All right. Okay. Well, looks like we had a third one here. Now this is July 22nd. This 2020. Well, I'm saying this year. It's 2021. And speaking of which, before I go on, something weird is going on. In less than 2 minutes, we're going to be at the 21st minute of the 21st hour, 21st minute, then the 21st second of the 20. Let's see, January 21st.
21st year of the 21st century.
That's it.
Mark the occasion.
Yep. You go. "Oh," I'm kidding. All right.
Oh,
So,
here, look at this. This is me marking the occasion.
Oh my.
all right. So let me put all these guys into each chat. Bear with me, growl.
Well,
But yeah, it seems like Montgomery's suddenly become a hotspot in pill mill operations now. Sheesh.
well, you want to know something? It used to be that pill mills were hidden
Mm-hmm.
real well.
Nowadays, it's just like they're practically in plain sight now.
Yeah, tell me
Well,
about it.
I guess they know they can get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, evidently not. Look at how many pill mills got busted in Montgomery.
Yeah, 3.
Um, maybe they're just getting stupid. I don't know.
Yeah. But
Or
let's see.
complacent.
JG's in the chat room, and so is Frodo. He's in the chat room.
Hi,
Hey, Frodo.
Frodo.
Hey,
Hi.
Frodo, where are you?
He this is something he's not quite familiar with, so he decided not to be in the episode, which is fine. That's not a big deal.
Cool.
All right. So anyway, now this, like I said, this is July 22nd of 2020. Agents with the Drug Enforcement Association executed a search warrant at the medical practice of Dr. Delivro Beauchamp, MD, in East Montgomery on Wednesday. Well, I don't know what day of the week it was. Beauchamp is in custody pending federal charges in an ongoing pill mill investigation. He's expected to make an initial appearance in court sometime in the next 24 hours. As you can see, there's pictures there. State records show Beauchamp has an active license to practice medicine in Alabama. He received a reprimand by the Alabama Board of Medical Examiners in 2012. Documents indicate Beauchamp applied to renew his medical license and certified that he has completed 25 hours of continuing education, which had not been met. The practice.
Okay, he's going to he's going to go up the creek for violating his
Yeah.
probation.
The practice Symmetry Med Spa lists Beauchamp as a board certified physician of urgent care medicine, stating he's practiced in Montgomery since 1996. The services listed for the practice include spa services and plastic surgery.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we had another one, Richard Steele. Let me see.
The question is, when are they going to quit? As long as, you know what, as long as Big Pharma is willing to give them the money, it'll never quit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Don't get me wrong. I appreciate the meds I get and can afford.
Right.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let me see. Let me find the original Richard Steele because he was convicted in 2020. So, let's see.
I hope if somebody puts his last name first, he does not go by any of the diminutives of Richard.
Dick.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see the post Shirley posted this morning about Uranus?
Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's on my wall.
planet.
Use
Let's
the
not,
name
yeah.
of that planet to get rid of those jokes.
They need
500
to
years.
change. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh,
You know what
but
it is called
that's
now,
not the
Tim?
half of it. That's not the half of it. Did you get the picture that came with the article?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say the picture looked like something
A
you'd
pink
see when you get a
snowflake.
colonoscopy. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
I think the phrase you're looking for, Janet, is a pink snowflake.
Okay. Alright, come
Well,
on.
I'm trying to stay within the rules of Twitch.
Yeah.
Okay, I should be able to get to
That's
this
fine.
story now.
Okay.
Alright, bear with me, Growl. Sorry, everybody. Trying to keep up here. Okay, now this was August 13th, 2018, when this doctor was arrested, and he was actually arrested right at his office.
Probably in front of a bunch of
Wow.
people too.
Mm-hmm. Because it's just so shocking when there's already like three pill mill operations here in Montgomery alone, which that's frightening all by itself. Hashtag chaos is sus. We all be sussing.
Yeah, Chaos God is absolutely sus.
We all be sussing. No, I'm kidding.
We can do that at the weekend.
Okay, now this was back in August of 2018. A Montgomery doctor who was arrested by federal agents conducting a pill mill operation was released on bond. Dr. Richard Steele was escorted out of his practice, Healthcare on Demand, in handcuffs and charged with distribution of a controlled substance for repeatedly overprescribing opioids in situations that were medically unnecessary. Steele's release comes after he agreed to surrender his medical license and the ability to write prescriptions for controlled substances. We told Dr. Steele if he was willing to surrender medical license and controlled substance license, he could go home, explained Assistant U.S. Attorney Jonathan Ross. Dr. Steele didn't want to do that on Thursdays, so he was held till today. His attorney, Andrew Skiers, or Skyer,
How do you
stated
spell it?
Skier.
Skier.
Okay. Steele's attorney, Andrew Skier, stated his client's decision to voluntarily surrender his licenses is not an admission of guilt. Dr. Steele was placed in a position where he had to make a choice, and the choice was either voluntarily relinquish those licenses or face the possibility of incarceration until this case is resolved, which could take a significant amount of time, said Skier. Faced with that, Dr. Steele made the choice that any of us would make, which is to voluntarily surrender his license. I'll get it right out of my mouth. It's a decision every good grief. It's a decision nearly every doctor arrested in a federal pill mill investigation has had to make pending bond.
I'll be right back.
Okay, who the hell made this sentence? It's a decision nearly every doctor?
Let
Grammar
me see
check.
the text. Did you share it?
Huh? Yeah, it's in there.
All right, and this is the second one you shared tonight, right?
Should be the
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, but
The
honestly,
one started a Montgomery doctor who was arrested Thursday by federal agents conducting a pill mill
yes,
investigation.
that's the one. Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, our
Wait a
position.
minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Steele,
yeah,
that's
anyway,
it.
our position remains that so long as Dr. Steele was able to practice medicine and prescribe drugs, he created a danger to the community, Ross stated. That danger could only be alleviated by him giving up his licenses, and that danger is alleviated now. Federal court documents cites.
Hopefully.
What now?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay,
I just
you revoked the
thing you gotta
licenses,
understand,
right?
Shirley,
hmm
Go ahead and finish.
Shirley, the thing you gotta understand is everybody does stuff like this and says, okay, now the problem is solved. Then they discover the hard way that they didn't solve the problem, so they fix something else and say, okay, now it's solved. Something else goes wrong. Okay, now it's solved. It's just
Oh yeah.
there is
That's
no.
true.
A lot of times there is no once and for all solution.
Right. But
I got a question.
shoot.
Okay, they
Uh-huh.
revoked these doctors' licenses.
hmm
What's going to stop them from moving to another state and opening up shop there, getting their license and get there in that state
Exactly.
and opening up shop and doing
hmm
the same shit over again?
Yeah.
Which is why I say you hope you've alleviated the danger.
hmm Now, anyway, federal court documents cite Steele's investigation was launched after law enforcement received an anonymous call that Steele was overprescribing controlled substances to the caller's sister and refused to stop despite their family's plea to the doctor. The caller then said that Steele had given the patient his cellular telephone number and told the patient to call if she needed a refill, the complaint cited. The complaint also
Ooh.
states Steele is one of the state's highest opioid prescribers in 2018, stating Steele showed extensive and alarming prescribing habits. Skier says he's reviewed the complaint with Steele and feels it lacks concrete information. To me, it's completely circumstantial. It's based on innuendo. No.
I
Because,
think
go ahead.
innuendo, maybe there's multiple definitions for it, but I'm pretty sure what's going on is that the editor of which news source is this? Of WSFA News may be taking some vacation time right now.
hmm Well, I mean, all they're reporting is what the information given. So,
Exactly. But innuendo,
well, you have to. Well,
he might be trying to say insinuation.
well, no. Here's the thing, though.
Innuendo
Here's
is
the
not
thing, though.
necessarily.
He said. Well, Skier's the one who said it's based on innuendo. That's his words.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah. Well, Maybe his PR rep may be taking some vacation then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Because I only know one definition of innuendo, and potentially Twitch won't let me say it.
right. Let's see. Now, I believe he was. I think he ended up being guilty. I think he pleaded guilty.
You though, yeah,
Yeah, he was actually sentenced just a few months ago.
nice.
All right, so let's see. Oh boy, there we go. All right, he's been sentenced to 15 years in federal prison on drug
Yeah,
distribution,
still living
healthcare
there.
fraud, and money laundering convictions.
I'll tell you something funny real quick. I just looked up the definition of innuendo. Turns out I actually had it wrong, and even when I knew the right one, he still didn't use it right.
Ooh,
Oh well. Huh. Let's see. He was convicted in a 2019 jury trial of 94 counts of unlawfully distributing controlled substance, 2 counts of healthcare fraud, and 5 counts of money laundering. Oh boy. It's like
Yeah,
the problem is you're gonna do the time, you do the crime, you're gonna do the time.
That's the way the world works, I'm afraid.
Mm-hmm.
I think Timbuk 3 did an old song about that concept called Life is Hard.
Hmm. I don't think I ever heard
Look
that
into it
one.
sometime. It's
Yeah.
you know who Timbuk 3 is, right?
Yes,
I don't.
I do.
Tell me if this rings a bell, Mike. The future's so bright, I gotta wear shades.
Yep. Now it does.
That
Okay.
was Timbuk 3.
Yep, I remember that
Wow.
one.
Well, they did a song off the same album as that one called Life is Hard. It's kind of a bluesy, kind of a rap blues fusion. Worth looking into.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
Hmm. All right. Um, I found something here, but it's like maybe I better not read this one because this is like one of those abstracts from like you'd have to do in college and such.
Oh.
Read it anyway. I've done abstracts.
Let's see. Here we go. This might be better. Cracking down on pill mill operators. This is courtesy of Healthline.com.
Hmm.
Now, if it'll open the link today and today and today. All right. Yes, I accept. Thank you. All right. So let me put this there. This is from Healthline.com, which is pretty reputable. So let me see here. Let me get that there. Let me get that here.
Yeah, when I was living in Alabama, my neighbors had a slight Southern accent in their voice. They were great people,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
funnily and funnily enough, I didn't meet a whole lot of people with genuine Southern accents while I was living there. I did meet a woman who was Irish.
Oh. Well, put it this way: if you were living here now, you'd probably find plenty of Korean people since we have the Hyundai plant here.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm. All right. So anyway, this was done on October 16, 2019. But still, more pill doctors prosecuted amid opioid epidemic. Doctors who prescribe hundreds of pills without medical justification, raking in millions of dollars, are at the center of local and federal criminal charges. Let's see. April Rivero recently spoke at a high school in West Virginia, the state that leads in both opioid prescriptions and opioid related deaths. Nearly everyone in the audience knew someone affected by opioid addiction. Some of the students were in foster care because their parents died of an overdose. Rivero's son Joey died after mixing alcohol, Xanax, and oxycodone. Ugh.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Didn't
Ooh.
need the Xanax. The oxycodone by itself would done
Hmm.
it mixed with the alcohol.
Right. He bought the pills after driving 360 miles with his fraternity brothers from Arizona State University, where he was a
Oh damn!
yeah,
Oh
Oh man.
ASU.
my.
yeah, where
Oh,
he was a semester away from graduation in 2009. Let's see. Dr. Su Ying, or Lisa Singh, sold him the pills from her office in a strip mall in Los Angeles County. In February,
nice.
she was sentenced to 30 years to life for the overdose deaths of three patients, including Joey Rivero. Singh's conviction for second degree murder was a landmark one. She became the first doctor in the United States to be convicted of murder for overprescribing medication to patients.
I can
We,
understand reckless homicide. I don't know what degree of murder it was.
according to this, it was second degree.
Okay.
All right, so,
Reckless indifference, that's what I was thinking of.
okay. Anyway, we've reached an extreme level of closure. We feel very blessed, Rivero told Healthline. I talk to parents all over the country who never get a drop of closure. Drug dealers have often been targets of criminal prosecutions, but now doctors that routinely give out powerful and addictive prescription drugs without medical justification are facing lengthy prison sentences. John Niederman, a Los Angeles County Deputy District Attorney and prosecutor in the Sang case, says he looks for a holy cow moment when investigating a doctor's prescription patterns. Unfortunately, it's not hard to find these moments, he told Healthline. In his first
Uh,
prescription,
okay. What's he talking about? A holy cow moment? Is he talking about a sudden spike in a certain kind of prescription?
well, it's like if he notices like a high amount of a very high pattern of prescription drugs being given or prescribed.
Okay. Now, personally, I don't know why he considers the fact that it's not hard to find these moments particularly unfortunate. I mean, I'm not glad, but investigating a crime, you ought to thank your lucky stars that it's staring back at you, you know?
Hmm.
The evidence is staring back at you.
Yeah, well, he did say unfortunately it's not hard to find them. So yeah. Anyway, in
Right.
his yeah,
I just don't know why he considers it unfortunate.
well, I mean it's his words. So in his first
Yeah.
prescription drug case, that moment was when one office prescribed more painkillers in 1 month than the entire staff at Johns Hopkins Hospital. Ooh, that was a clue.
Hmm.
Anyway, another involved an undercover police officer who received a prescription for painkillers and muscle relaxants using an X-ray of a dog. Hmm.
Wow.
Wow.
In Singh's case, it was how often police or the coroner's office was calling to let her know one of her patients had died. In one instance, it was 8 days apart. Her prescription didn't change in the least, Niederman said. Now let's see. There's some more to this. More pill mill doctors facing prosecution. In the light of the opioid epidemic, which the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says is doctor-driven, law enforcement officials are targeting doctors who are more than liberal with their prescription pads. These so-called pill mills are under increased scrutiny as local, state, and federal agencies try to slow the growing drug overdose rate, namely by prescription painkillers. The difference between pill mills and legitimate pain specialists is the volume of patients seen, prescriptions written, and limited medical exams. Most only accept cash payments. Let's see. On Wednesday, now, like I said, this is like back in 2019, so don't worry about the day of the week. On Wednesday, a psychiatrist practicing in Jonesboro, Georgia, was indicted on 3 counts of murder related to the overdose deaths of his patients. Dubbed Dr. Death, authorities say 36 of his patients died as a result of his prescriptions, namely oxycodone, hydrocodone, fentanyl, and methadone.
Very
Oh
nice.
man.
Ugh.
Did you Fenton?
Fentanyl, yes.
That stuff in and unto itself could have killed you without the intervention of anything, all the other ones.
Right.
Wasn't that the
There
one
was
that
Hold on, go ahead, Tim.
wasn't that the drug that Prince died from an overdose of?
No, that was Michael Jackson and Propofol. Propofol.
Now,
I'm
yeah.
help
talking,
me
I'm talking about I'm
remember.
talking about I'm
Prince,
talking about the one that Prince died from. I thought it was fentanyl.
Let me
I
check.
didn't
Hold
realize he
on.
died of an overdose. I'll check.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure that out. What happened to Prince? How did Price die? How did Prince die? Aha! The cause of death was an accidental overdose of the opioid fentanyl. You were right, Tim. Sorry about that.
Nice.
You were
Very
correct.
nice.
Well, honestly, I wasn't sure whether I was correct or not, but it turns out I am.
Yeah, because it was strange because I remember he had flown somewhere and had to get to a hospital because he was sick, and then he was okay. Then of course he
Yeah,
died.
the hospital he was at is in the next city over from where I live right now.
Right. I remember.
Whoa, that's cool.
Yep, I remember that.
I've actually been inside that hospital on a few occasions myself.
Mhm.
I'll be darned.
Yeah.
What brought you there, Tim?
I had to go there the most recent time I had to go there to get an ultrasound done, and as part of the process that would eventually lead to my gallbladder removal earlier this month.
Mhm.
Nice.
All right, now here's something interesting. According to an Atlanta Journal Constitution investigation, the psychiatrist Narendra Nagaredi was known as the go-to doctor to get pills. Despite receiving warnings for years, he was able to continue to give out prescriptions. He was one of the top prescribing doctors in Atlanta. Last week, three Philadelphia doctors were indicted by federal officials on a variety of charges related to a now defunct National Association for Substance Abuse Prevention and Treatment. Prosecutors say more than 1,000 patients, many of them healthy drug dealers, went to the clinic each month paying cash for prescription drugs, mainly Suboxone and Clonopin.
Yeah.
Let's see. In January, the U.S. Attorney's Office in Northern Texas announced the indictment of a doctor and pharmacist, among others, for allegedly running a 5 million pill mill scheme and distributing hundreds of thousands of oxycodone and hydrocodone pills. Yeesh.
Nice.
The clinics provided the oxycodone prescriptions by hiring medical practitioners willing to write them, even though the clinic owners, managers, and practitioners knew they were not issued for a legitimate medical purpose in the usual course of professional practice, a press release states. To avoid detection by law enforcement, clinic owners and managers, script ringleaders, drivers, and recruits concealed and assisted others in concealing the illicitly issued nature of the prescriptions, the quantities of controlled substances obtained and distributed, and the amount of the drug proceeds. Proceeds.
Proceeds.
Yeah. Nah.
It's all right. It happens.
Yeah. A Reno based physician is among the latest facing charges amid accusations of running a pill mill. He and 8 other co defendants face federal charges, including one related to the death of a patient. The charges are related to an alleged prescription drug distribution ring, which includes oxycodone and fentanyl. According to DA estimates, the ring sold more than $8 million worth of prescription drugs over 2 years. I am not a pain management specialist, but I am a family doctor that takes your pain issues seriously, the doctor's family clinic website says. Yeah, too seriously, apparently. Sang Tu said she wasn't adequately trained in pain management, but still prescribed painkillers by the hundreds to patients. Besides criminal
I
prosecutions,
didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
It's my first day.
Oh my.
yeah. Besides
my.
criminal prosecutions, the U.S. government is suing some doctors for defrauding federal health care programs like Medicare and Medicaid. One suit includes a Tennessee chiropractor and a doctor who allegedly billed federal drug programs more than $1 million. Through 4 pain clinics, they allegedly took in $5 million.
Oh my.
Yeah, many doctors have expressed concerns that these types of cases should be dealt with by state medical boards, not criminal courts. They fear a chilling effect that would prevent well-meaning doctors from prescribing medication to patients with legitimate medical concerns. Now that I agree with.
Yeah.
Addressing the Federation of State Medical Boards recently, Niederman told him he's not a witch hunter knocking on doors. Instead, he says he prosecutes the cases that are so off the reservation that they're not even close to the profession of medicine. If you're doing your job, you have nothing to worry about, he said. If you're not breaking the law, you don't have to look over your back.
Oh, um, I'll just do this.
Oh my.
Tim, once we're off the air, I'll tell you what you make me think of every time you say, oh my.
Okay.
Oh yes.
Yeah, well, here's something
I
interesting.
think I may know the answer all already.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I am a big fan of George Takei.
Anyway, let's see. Tennessee, like West Virginia, has a major prescription problem. These two states, along with Alabama, Kentucky, and Oklahoma, all had more prescriptions for painkillers than people in pain. 128 prescriptions for painkillers per 100 people in 2012, according to CDC numbers. Now, at one point, the state of Florida was the epicenter of the pill mills. So, state and federal agencies began targeting the area in operations dubbed Operation Pill Nation and Operation Oxy Alley. Nice one. Florida pill mills were
Nice.
so successful for so long because of liberal drug enforcement laws as well as a lack of prescription drug monitoring programs.
Mm,
At one point, pain clinics were advertising in the back of newspapers and had customer rewards programs. The pills would make their way across the country to states with stricter drug control policies. Often, people would drive from neighboring states to doctors who would prescribe pills with little medical justification, as was the case with Joey Rivero. Then in 2010, Florida began regulating pain clinics and prevented doctors' clinics from dispensing medications directly from their offices, a practice experts say promoted high volume drug distribution. As a result, by 2012, the state saw a 50% decrease in oxycodone prescription deaths, but it was short lived. As many people feared, the pill mill crackdowns led to a surge in heroin use and overdoses. As heroin is a cheaper opioid painkiller, many addicts turn to it to curb withdrawal symptoms and continue to get high. A study released
nice.
last in 2018 found the pain clinic reform and enforcement reduced deaths from prescription painkillers and slowed heroin overdoses for a few years before surging again in 2013 and 2014, according to the Washington Post. In September, a Florida jury acquitted an 81-year-old doctor in the death of a patient related to Operation Oxy Alley. And I'm going to stop there because there's like more. Well, wait a minute. There's only
You're
one
about
more.
halfway down the page.
Yeah, but you see, the next thing is all that doesn't really matter. So it's just a rare sense of closure is the last part of it. Anyway, more people died of opioid drugs in 2014 than in any other year. They crossed gender, race, and age boundaries, affecting nearly every demographic. That year, 28,000 people died from an opioid overdose, half of which involved prescription opioids. Following her son's death, Rivera learned more about opioid painkillers and the epidemic of addiction and overdose deaths they're causing. She founded the National Coalition Against Prescription Drug Abuse, NCAPDA, and now is an advocate for change in prescription drug policy, addiction treatment, education, and outreach. It's not uncommon for me to get calls from parents who lost a child to a doctor who overprescribes or runs a pill mill, Rivera said. While these deaths affect more than just those who took the pills, only a small fraction of family members get to face those who willingly sold the powerful and addictive drugs merely for profit. For those who do, it's cathartic, Niederman says. I think it is kind of a relief since many parents feel kind of responsible for what happened to their children, even though they didn't have the skill set to deal with something like this, he said. It helps them put it into perspective. And that's it. That's all done.
Nice.
hmm But
Yeah.
I mean it is a very serious situation. I mean it's very serious. I mean it's like now the doctor my mother has now, she is a fantastic doctor. Period. Because she listens to what's going on with mom, because there are other doctors like they don't want to listen to the patient when the doctor is supposed to listen to the patient. But
Yeah.
I'll tell you this: she after Doctor Delgado, she had a different doctor, and this doctor, it's like he did not. I might as well say it. He did not fucking care about her health because she was taking. You see, she was taking a thyroid medication. She's supposed to take 50 micrograms. For some reason, it got dropped to 25, and
Mhm.
she kept getting sick. But the doctor would not listen to her.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to hear his reason. I know it's kind of like what happened with global warming. Uh, Scientists figured out in the 70s that, I don't know if I ever told you guys about this, they figured out the gases would act like what are called black bodies to wavelengths VM, and that carbon dioxide was a black body for infrared.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened was a bunch of scientists started going chicken little declaring, "We're heating the planet. We're heating the planet."
Mhm.
They stake their reputations on it, and then they discovered they bet something they weren't prepared to lose. So they decided to cheat to see if they could win.
Mhm.
These guys are acting like their reputation depends on them being right, and
Mhm. Yeah, it's like, and basically what happened was, he mom needed vitamin B12. You know what he said? Go get it over the counter at the pharmacy. Now, after finding out all this, I said, I'm going to see if I can get mom a brand new doctor. Seriously. And I happened to find one just up the road a little bit. And the very first thing she found out about mom's B12 being so low, got a B12 shot right away, which is what
nice.
was needed.
Well, you know what? Telling her to get the vitamin shot, to get the vitamins over the counter,
Hmm.
was not out of line, because my mom's doctor said he needed vitamins,
Hmm.
told her what kind to get, where to get it, etc. So her doctor telling her to get them over the counter was not really out of line.
No, but the problem was she needed a lot more than what they had over the counter.
Okay,
So,
I see your point,
yeah.
but
No, I
do you see
understand. You're
mine?
right.
Do you
Yeah,
see
yeah, I
mine?
do see yours. Yeah, it's a good point. It's just that the way mom was, she was so low that the vitamin in the bottle wouldn't be enough. So she
Right.
for about 6 months
Gotcha.
for about 6 months she was getting, like, once a month she would get a vitamin B shot. You know, she's doing okay now. And when I got her the new doctor, she the new doctor put her back to the 50 micrograms, and mom started feeling better because she was not doing so well when she was taking just the 25. But the new doctor put her up to 50 again, and she's been doing, she's done a lot better since. But now she's got a new problem. She has a pinched nerve somewhere in her neck, so that's where the spinal radiculopathy comes from. But she already said, I don't want a steroid shot because I don't think it'd be safe for her at that age that she's at now. She's 77, so really there's not really a lot of options.
Right. But as long as you got a doctor that understand,
Mm-hmm. She's a fantastic doctor. Period. And I may be joining her fairly soon I'm really not that happy with the one with my doctor right now. So, but I mean, this is just a very serious situation, and it's not. I mean, it's not just limited to the big cities either. The small towns can have it too. So,
Anybody with a pharmacy can have it.
yep, yeah, because it's all about the money.
yeah, big
Exactly.
The
pharma's willing to
almighty
pay.
dollar.
Big
Exactly.
pharma's willing to pay good money.
And that's what it just makes me upset that my own doctor would give me a bunch of samples, and it's like I look at it, I was like, do I really want to take this? Because, like I said, in the back of my mind, something didn't feel right. So I just took them to the pharmacy, and sure enough, they said, your doctor could be getting in a lot of trouble for this. Because, I mean, they're used prescriptions, they belong to other people, and it's like, what? I don't think I want to do this. I'm so glad I didn't either. Because, something that's prescribed for somebody else and not for me, that could potentially be dangerous and it could possibly kill me. So,
Really? Say you weren't paying attention. Thank God you were. And you took the pill, okay? You went home and you took the pills. And they caused you to go into anaphylactic shock.
yeah, that could have happened. I could have had a rapid heart rate.
Right. Or one too slow.
Hmm. Because I'll remember this. I remember this a long, long, long time ago when I was in high school. I was given a thyroid test. Okay, now The person who gave me the thyroid prescription wasn't even a doctor. He was a physician's assistant. Okay? He gave me the
Um,
prescription after only one test, which was probably the biggest
yeah, that
mistake
was
right there.
stupid.
Yep. And as a result, I'd only taken it for 3 days, and I started having problems with a rapid heart rate. And then when I got to the emergency room, the emergency room doctor said, "Why are you taking this? You don't need it."
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you say to that?
I said, "Really? Okay." And then we realized, wait a minute, this was a physician's assistant, not an actual doctor. So, that's why I'm always really really careful about, prescriptions and such, because I want to make sure, is this good for me? Is it safe? Because when I have to take a brand new prescription, I am very, very nervous because what kind of side effects could I expect? What can I do? And someone at my old job suggested this: if you're not comfortable, take them like on the weekend when you're not working. That way, if something should happen, you'll be at home. You won't be at work. I said, okay, that's a good idea.
That's
And
smart.
hmm
It is, and then once you know what will happen when you take it, then take it at work.
right.
When I first got prescribed my estrogen blocker, the Dr. Pam warned me that I would be getting not hot flashes, but
It's night
night
sweats.
sweats.
Okay, yeah.
And she was not kidding.
Ooh,
I also asked her one time, do estrogen blockers make your nails
brittle, brittle.
brittle? Glitter?
Oh
Blit-
my!
Do blockers make your nails brittle? And she says, oh yeah. So I've got crappy looking fingernails right now.
Yeah, that's understandable. It's like me. I can't let my fingernails get too long because mine get brittle in a hurry. So,
I don't let mine go too long because I can feel them when I type on a computer. I don't like
I'm the
that.
same way.
yeah. It makes me wonder how some of these women with these really long fingernails, how the hell do they type on a keyboard?
Or how about the
Yeah,
women?
back.
How about
Okay.
that one picture on I think it was Facebook about the woman
hmm
with the toenails.
Yeah. It's like, how the hell can you
How
live
does
with
she
that?
walk? She's like her toenails are like
I
this.
think she wears sandals.
Yes, but still, they have the main toenail that's growing under like
It's like I've
this.
seen rolled
Oh
toenails
yeah,
and
you
fingernails.
never seen the guy with the world's longest fingernails?
I have.
Yes.
His thumbnail is curled up like a husky's tail,
Yeah,
like a bug's
exactly.
tail.
Exactly.
Yeah, and there's this guy was working to make the Guinness World Book. This gal was working to make the Guinness,
Book of World Records.
yeah, for the longest fingernails.
Hmm.
Remember what Willie Scott said when she stuck her hand in that bug tunnel in Indiana Jones in the
No.
Temple of Doom?
Mm-mm.
Oh no, I broke a nail. She broke some of her fingernails
Oh boy.
and had to start again.
Yeah, but who was that?
But these were her natural nails, not
Yeah.
fake ones.
Yeah. Back to the point though. It's like, there are some excellent doctors, but there are also those doctors who only care about the money and run the pill mills. Because I think one of the biggest problems is all these pill mill doctors are going to destroy the reputations of the real good doctors.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean that's what's upsetting to me. It's like, it's almost like the cops situation. It's like there are a lot more good cops out there. The problem is all the bad
The
cops
bad
get
ones
the
are given
spotlight.
the
You
good
got
ones a
one
bad
bad apple that
reputation.
spoils the bunch.
Right, exactly.
I agree with you there.
hmm because
I like how
oh, go ahead.
I like how some of our dialogue with these things resembles Star Trek dialogue regarding solutions to problems involving the
Mm-hmm.
problems pertaining to the plot.
Right.
Kind of like the idea of, wait a minute, if we modulate the frequency of our lasers, we could overload his molecular structure, like putting too much air in a balloon.
Right.
Said that.
Yeah, exactly. But in all seriousness, this is why we've had such a huge opioid epidemic issue in the first place. These doctors want the money so badly. They don't care who they hurt. And
Money,
that's like,
so they say, is the root of all evil today.
Hey,
mm-hmm.
money talks and bullshit walks.
Yeah, that's about right.
But just remember, if you ask for a rise, it's no surprise they're giving none away.
Yeah,
And cue Pink Floyd's Money, thank you.
yeah. Money,
Ka-ching.
money, money, money.
Oh
More like
yeah.
money,
Oh yeah.
And
get
also,
away,
Oh yeah,
and
that
also,
version. Yeah, I'm sorry.
and
I'm
all-
thinking.
get a good job with more pain, you're okay.
and there's two other songs that I can think of: "The Almighty Dollar" by Ozzy and "Money Talks" by AC/DC.
Mm-hmm.
They go right hand in hand about greed.
Yeah,
Yep.
when it comes to ACDC, my favorite song is always going to be Big Balls.
Oh my!
Sorry,
I'm
Twitch.
Yeah.
Song
Twitch,
title.
please forgive us,
High
please.
society.
My!
Sorry, Twitch. Song title.
Yeah. Well, hey, let me put it this way. My song of choice from ACDC will always be the one that started the MCU. Back in Black.
Oh yeah!
Didn't ACDC do a song? No, wait. Yeah, in addition to the Big Balls song, they also did one about a woman enjoying her squeeze box, didn't they?
Mama
the
does
Who.
a squeeze.
That's
Mama has a
that's the
squeeze
Who.
bucket.
Oh, that's the Who. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh
Mama has a
my!
squeeze box. Daddy has a
Daddy
squeeze
never
box.
squeeze.
Tim, real quick, a squeeze box is another word for a concertina.
Or an accordion.
Exactly.
Thank goodness.
But in that context of that song, it could be interpreted the other way.
That's true.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Well,
but
then again, the song "Cruel to Be Kind" by Nick Lowe is, in terms of expletives, completely clean. Yet, first time I heard it, I thought it was about spousal abuse.
Ooh.
eh, well, yeah, it's amazing how you can see it one way, but it can easily be misconstrued.
That's
Exactly.
another good topic for attention to one.
Oh yeah.
Especially when it comes to
Misconstrued
music. Oh my
songs.
God.
Mm-hmm. I think that'd be a great idea. We've
Yeah,
got
yeah.
two potential ideas.
Take a look
Ka-ching!
at when rock and roll became popular in the 50s
Yep.
with Elvis, the Beatles, Buddy Holly, etc. There were I don't want to call them prudes, but the
parents.
parents out there who say rock and roll is evil.
Mm-hmm.
Rock and roll is evil. So
Janet,
I can
once
understand.
we're off air, I'll explain why they did that. But yeah,
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, anyway, we are just running a little bit over time. That's not too bad because, like I said, there's no time limit on Twitch. Yay.
Yahoo!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yahoo!
Yahoo!
oh how well I remember that.
Oh, I remember on Yahoo,
And
I saw this cute little.
whenever it's screwed up, I would always say, "Yeah, oops."
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead, Janet.
remember.
Yeah, oops.
Go ahead, Janet.
I remember on Yahoo this little chicken. I'm gonna kick somebody's ass. I'm gonna kick somebody's ass. Da 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 da. You better leave me alone, cause I'm gonna kick somebody's ass. And the little chicken's doing this the whole time.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was one of
Does he
my
come
favorite.
across an ass pulling a cart?
No, not that type of ass. I don't think that's the type of ass they were
No, it's
referring
a
to.
donkey. The donkey.
I know, but in the song that little chicken was singing, I
I
don't think
know,
that was the
I
kind
know.
of song they were referring to.
Yeah.
And dancing granny,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
You
Yeah.
ever seen
Um,
the peanut
do,
butter
do,
jelly
do
time
you
banana?
Oh
do
God.
your boobs hang low? Do
I
your boobs hang
remember
low?
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, grooving granny. Yeehaw!
Yeah. All right.
Uh,
Okay. So anyway, I think it's time to wrap
I
this
think
up
it's about
before
time
we
we
go
go
too
too
far.
far. Before we get in
good
serious
night,
shit trouble
everybody.
with
It's
Twitch.
like, I think you're good night. No. I'm kidding. All right. So anyway, let's make sure tomorrow night our Friday Fun Day game du jour is going to be Nearly Naughty Mad Libs. If it goes wrong, we go to Among Us.
In which case, actually, regardless, Chaos God is sus.
Yup. Exactly. All right. So give me a second to do the 10-second ending. And by the way, I haven't quite updated it yet. That's why you're only going to see 5 things, not 6. All right. So with that in mind, I'm just going to say this. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Everybody have a great night. Sleep well. Stay safe. In some cases, stay dry because some of
And
us are
in other
getting
cases,
rain.
stay
and stay
warm.
warm.
Stay warm, right? And we will see you tomorrow for our family friendly fun day game du jour. Nearly Naughty Mad Libs. Or Among Us for our backup. So, everybody have a great night and we'll see you tomorrow. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.